Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited. I have Cozy Simmer. She's returning for her special Simmer
Yeah.
Spotlight. Thank you so much for coming back here today.
No, thank you for having me.
Oh my God, the pleasure is all mine. I'm so excited to kind of sit down and talk to you because you were part of the Simstagram podcast, which is coming
Yeah.
out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we did a special one after with you and Juby for the Builders games. And I was like, I want to catch you for your own little Simmer Spotlight because you're an amazing builder and I want to know a little bit
Oh,
more
thank
about
you.
that. I can't even speak and you know why.
I do know. It's totally fine.
I want to know a little bit more like your creative process. But anyways, Cozy Simmer, for anyone for this is their first podcast, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your Sims history?
So I'm Cozy Simmer or Lonneke, Dutch name, so don't worry about pronouncing it. I get it. I started playing The Sims 4. I started right at release. And back in those days, I actually got to know it through the trailer. Like the trailer for the cast part came out, and my niece and I, we saw it and we were like, what is that? So my niece got it because it came out on her birthday. So we
Mm-hmm.
were like, obviously. So we spent like 2 weeks at each other's houses with her laptop, going back and forth and just looking at everything and being like, wow. And obviously building big cubes with
Mm-hmm.
no wallpaper,
Of
just
course.
pre-built. Yeah. What
Yes.
else do you do?
Yeah.
And just also using pre-made sims and everything, where we're just like, awesome, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to do it, and we're the most amazing simmers ever. Nobody will ever beat us, can tell you. So you can see 14-year-old me sitting there like, oh my god, absolutely perfect. And
Oh, I that is some confidence that I love that. I love I mean you are an incredible builder. I love that, but it's like I'm gonna be the best builder ever.
without wallpaper, right?
Without wall.
Yeah, we ignored that. We didn't make it look good, but they were fucking functional, and that was all that mattered at that point. Like that we were able to play with our sims and use all the amazing base game items that it had at that time,
Which was
and
like nothing. Let's let's
yeah,
let's go let's go back to that time period. There was like
yeah,
nothing in the base game.
like without pools and everything. Awesome, we loved that. And then on my birthday, I got it for myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I played it for like 2 or 3 years, like a lot.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I just stopped. My brain was like, don't mind playing it anymore. And after in like 2021, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
almost my 2 year anniversary on Instagram now, and I got back into it because I we were in the middle of a pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and I had just put in my resignation at my job because I hated it.
Yep.
And my life was just like, well, what am I going to do now? Because I don't have a job. I need to wait at least half a year before going back to school. So what's next?
Mm-hmm.
And I found The Sims again. And now 2 years later, here we are.
Cozy Simmer, I love that. I feel like a lot of us got back into The Sims throughout the pandemic because we needed that creative outlet. We needed to do something. I, if you would have told me back in 2020 or even 2021 at this time that like the Sims community would grow to what it is today, like I wouldn't believe you. I
No,
wouldn't I wouldn't believe you
absolutely.
in a heartbeat to how amazing this community is to be a part of. So you started with The Sims 4. I'm not sure if we talked about it in any other podcast, so I do apologize if I'm asking you this again. You did not play The Sims 1, 2, and 3, is that correct?
I played The Sims 3 for 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Two whole
That
hours.
that's
My
two more
Sims
hours than I've played. So
my Sims 4 game broke on my laptop, so I was like, well, shit, what am I going to do now? Like I
gotta go
couldn't
back to
open it
Sims 3.
anymore. Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try this. And it was on sale, so I got like 4 packs along with it for like $30.
Okay.
So I ended up being like, well, I'll get it. And I tried it, but I did not understand the camera. I try to now, but I still don't.
Yeah.
I've given up on the Sims 3 camera. Sucks a lot, but I just only do it when I have to adjust items. And I
Mhm.
just quickly turn back to the Sims 4 camera. Really unpopular, but I do not get it. And I just quit. I was like, yeah, Sims 3 isn't for me either.
I just don't find them pretty. Like I know that's weird to say.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't find the game pretty. No, nor
Yeah.
do I look back and think it's Sims 2 looking pretty. Back when it came out in like 2004, Sims 2 was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was so ahead of its time. Now I'm just like, oh, why is there shadows everywhere? Like half their face is dedicated in shadow because you can really tell when like people go back from like build the same sim in 1, 2, 3, and 4. And like
Yeah.
one, you can barely make out their facial features.
Yeah.
It's just a blurb of where a face would be. But now my question is to you, if the Origins or EA or however you get your Sims content, if they ever came out with the Sims 1 or the Sims 2 remastered, would you buy it and play it, even though you didn't play it when you were younger?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Like The Sims 2, I love the memory system, so I'd love to see that actually work and get into that gameplay because Sims 4 is a little bit lackluster right now.
a little, a lot. I'm really hoping with this new expansion pack coming out that it's going to bring back some more gameplay. And we'll talk about our thoughts about that expansion pack a little bit later. Let's talk about The Sims. So you're a builder, you're a very good builder. And I know you don't use CC, correct?
Correct.
Perfect. So what packs would you recommend for anybody wanting to start building and really just wanting, the best packs to use?
Get Together. I think that's a must for me. I use that pack in everything, I think.
I just love the world, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
The world is amazing because you get 2 giant lots. Let's not fucking understate that.
Exactly. Like it's a big world. It has very good build by items. It's quite a big catalog as well. And I think, well, that's because that's totally my building style. I love some of the plants from Cottage Living. So I'd also say Cottage Living.
Okay, I like that. What about the controversial pack of Strangerville for build by? Because that build by is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. I actually love Strangerville's build by, like the windows and
the doors.
Everything's stunning. It's the doors.
Stunning. You know what I wish, and I know our friend Juby would appreciate this. I want a medieval pack so we can actually build castles. Because like how Juby builds castles is fucking amazing. She's a godsend. She can like do everything. But for the rest of us mortals, building a castle seems scary as hell.
Yeah, exactly.
and we don't have the proper doors and windows to be able to do that. Because the only one I could think of that kind of works, I know sometimes GB uses it as well, is the ones from the Get Famous, the really skinny ones like that.
Yeah.
And it has like the decoration, but you can only use that one for so much before it's just like windows everywhere. Also, I didn't realize until I had to make a castle recently, there's like no windows in castles.
No. Absolutely none.
It just looks weird in The Sims because I have to ask you, as a builder to somewhat a builder to a builder. Do you think we put too many windows in our builds?
I think we might. I think we put an unrealistic amount for like the real world.
I agree. We also put too many plants, but that's a conversation for a different day. Yeah, we put every room has 20. Yeah, every room has 37 plants. No, because like I was looking at it because like any build I have has like 50 windows.
Yeah.
Easily. And I'm like in my house right now and I'm like, I don't think I have 10 windows in this house. I don't think I have more than 10. Because how I place my windows. Let me know if you do the same. I actually place them first and then I kind of make the room go around to it. Besides the kitchen, I never put a window in the kitchen.
Oh, I always put like big windows in the kitchen.
Really? Because so like my kitchen's usually along a back wall. Is usually like how I kind of like sneaked in if I had a choice. But yeah, I like that. Like, what big windows do you use in your kitchens?
Like, I usually use like those full glass pane windows, and I make sure that like the the whole kitchen goes around them, a kitchen island, and then some bar stools. So that's like they have the lights.
I love that. Also, every kitchen, if you're a Sims builder, has an island.
At least, come
At
on.
least. I've seen some that have 2 islands. Now that, my friend.
Exactly.
Now, if I had a kitchen with 4 islands in there, I have too much money.
Exactly. We'd have an intervention.
Yeah. Stassi, what are you here for today? I like islands. They're like the land? No, in your kitchen. I have to have 4 islands and 60 plants in every room. I like that. And I'm a team. Every kitchen has to once I discovered that you could round the corners to the with islands, that fucking everything had like the 60s bar feel going around to it. I was obsessed, and I still am. Okay. What is your go-to style then for an island and bar chairs? Do you have one specific style you go to?
I usually go for like suburban, and I try to switch out the bar stools because I always pick one exactly the same, and I just go, oh, perfect, and then I go, boring. Let's go again.
Yes, I really like the ones in Cats and Dogs. Yeah, I really love that style, that classic wooden chair that the youth of these days don't know. The classic hardwood ones that would hurt your ass when you're eating dinner because there's no padding underneath. It's just solid oak, and you're sitting up straight, and you're just like trying to eat those peas that you don't want. And it has the railings behind. Like my mom still has that set. Like when I go to her house, she still has that. And I was like, I love that. I also think it's really good if you're doing like a classic restaurant style.
Yeah.
You could get that vibe in there. So
yeah, definitely.
We've talked about windows. We talked about, your favorite. What is the most ridiculous item in The Sims? And I know what it is. And if you don't say what it is, I don't know, man.
We might have to end this interview.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Beyond the dumb, stupid, big telescope, before we got a smaller one, absolutely dreadful. Another item that I hate a lot of the plants, that's for sure. Okay. Like a lot of them are just ugly.
Yep.
I'm sorry, they are. But the most ridiculous item, base game?
Doesn't matter. Be anything.
The one I hate the most.
Yeah, you look at here and you're like, how did this pass QA? Like, how did this pass QC?
Oh my god, there's this one I don't know, but something just went into my head and was like, okay, that one gave me a panic attack.
Lay it on me.
I fucking hate the pots from Get Famous, that's for sure. You will never see me use it. Disgusting items. I think that's one of the worst ones. Which one is yours?
Okay, all great answers, by the way. We can continue this interview and continue to be friends. I used to say the vortex in the wall, and then I've overdone that one because people now just send me their builds with the vortex in the wall, being like, see, Stoss? See? I can do it.
Possible.
Anything's possible, bitch. Like, figure it out. To me, the fucking cupcake machine.
Oh my god. Yeah.
As someone, like, I would say, if I ever get to make you a cupcake in my life, it would probably be the best cupcake you'd ever eat in your life. I have made easily 50,000 cupcakes in my life because that's what I used to do for my job. I was a baker, and I specifically specialized in cupcakes. And my chocolate peanut butter cupcakes are showstoppers. People will fight for the last one because that was actually the reason I went into baking, because I love chocolate peanut butter so much. But I always felt like cupcakes, it was either too much peanut butter, not enough chocolate, or too much chocolate, not peanut butter. So after years of trial and error, I have come up with the best chocolate peanut butter cupcake. And I love cupcakes. I'm really good at them. And just seeing how they're made in The Sims 4 just breaks my heart, because they could redo, especially with my wedding story, because a lot of people actually don't have wedding cakes anymore. They have cupcake trees as being, I really thought that maybe that was something that they were going to reinvent and have like a perfect cupcake tree to be the wedding cake. But no, instead we got broken wedding cakes, like fucking everything EA gives us. I'm a little salty, okay? Like
Yeah, no.
I wanted to have a bakery and be able to make those cakes and have them
Yeah.
in the window without them going bad, okay? Like
Yeah.
I'll never be happy. So that's why I'm
No.
not super excited for the new expansion pack coming out. How about you? Are you excited?
Um, Kinda. Like as I said, Sims 2 memory system has
Mm-hmm.
always been a need for me, and it seems like they're kind of bringing that back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's gonna be worth it, and if it's gonna be working.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm
like
I'm sorry, Cozy Summer. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, because like everything we've had over the past year and a half, I think, has been broken. So
Mm-hmm.
don't have a lot of faith.
Oh, I totally agree. I totally fucking agree. Everything's been broken. They promise the sun, the moon, the stars, and they don't give it to us.
No.
And to be honest with you, I'm just excited for the build buy and maybe a 64
Yeah.
by 64 lot. I will do zero gameplay action, and as soon as infants become like, I will never play with that life stage of infants. And the only way
No.
I would is for Rose Chronicles for photos. I would
Yeah.
then I would just put the infants in a household that I don't currently use. But for people that like gameplay, I think that's something that they're going to enjoy. You've now just
Yeah.
made the 100 baby challenge even significantly more harder. I don't think you needed any more help doing that, to
No.
be honest with you. But I really do hope they bring back some of this gossip from The
Yeah.
Sims 2 and a little more chaos, because I kind of feel like
Exactly.
they're really playing it super safe. And it
Yeah.
irks me because I really wish they would change the rating for
Yeah.
The Sims. I wish they wouldn't make it T for teen. I wish they would make it the next tier up, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. Like, honestly, at this point, even T for teen, like, there's 6 and 7-year-olds that play The Sims. We know it. They're on Twitch, they're on
Yeah.
YouTube playing. They're not T for teen. And even if they
Mm.
did, they wouldn't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like my mom would play The Sims with, like, she'd watch me play, and I didn't know till 2 years ago that the bed from Sims 1 vibrated, the heart-shaped bed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had zero idea of that because I was a child. I didn't
Yeah.
know. Like, I used to watch Family Guy and South Park and The Simpsons at a young age. 2.5 Men. All of those sexual references went over my
Yeah.
head. Right? So, like, I feel like I want it to be a little bit more mature, or start having mature themed content that's not Wicked Whims.
Yeah.
I would love a pack that was 18A and it kind of brought in those more adult things that we're missing. I would say the closest thing they've come with, which I can't believe I'm actually going to say these words because it actually surprised the shit out of me, was the kit, the lingerie kit.
Yeah.
I want a world based on that.
Yeah.
I was shocked. It looked really good in photos. I mean, obviously CC lingerie is also stunning, but
Yeah.
for console players being able to have that,
Yeah.
I loved it. And I just went out and bought a bunch of kits because now I'm in builder clubs, because everyone's like, Stoss, you say you're not a builder. Well, here's the opportunity to change your opinion. And I was like, okay, it's fine. Do that. And now I'm part of like 5 collabs, and I'm like, well, fuck me. Were you part of the Better Together Club?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that, because I was also
Yeah.
part of the Better Together Club. So what world did you do and what did you build?
I built 3 apartments.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, I did one San Myshuno one. I had another one in Evergreen Harbor, and then
Okay.
a few people pulled out last minute, right?
Sorry, you're cutting out.
A few people pulled out last minute.
Yes, yeah, a lot. I'd say a couple people really did pull out last minute.
Yeah, so I finished one within a day. Another one in Evergreen Harbor because like they were in need of someone else to help. So I was like, oh, I have a day off.
Oh my god, okay. I built technically 2, only used 1. So I got asked to do this back in December, this January, December. Whenever after I had interviewed Simmer Kai, because she was talking, she was teasing it, and I said, well, if you need somebody, like, let me know.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, for sure. So I forgot the rules. So I just built this beautiful crab shack. It was stunning. Used every fucking pack. I used every pack, and I submitted it, and they're like, you can only use cats and dogs. I was like, what? What the fuck? Okay. So I went back and rebuilt it, and it's not as pretty because it's all like, how cats and dogs. There is no
Yeah,
lighthouse in decor, and fucking it's in my wedding story. How does that make sense? Sorry, I'm using my outdoor voice when I'm upset. I was just because like it was so beautiful because I had it, and I had I had like this beautiful lighthouse. I had the back, and I had all the restaurant stuff because it was an actual restaurant.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck me, I can't do that. Okay, so I went back and it's like Fred's Fish and Chips food truck. So it's a whole, and I couldn't even do properly because you can't use the gears for get together for the tire wheels. I was like, plants, fucking plants, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's plants.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. It was really cool to see everybody.
Yeah.
It was cool that it was such a big collab and just kind of seeing everybody being part of it and just everybody working together. I thought that was it was very cool. But it was fun. What other are you part of any other collabs right now or no?
I don't think so. No, I'm not.
That's fair. My advice is don't get yourself overwhelmed. Like this girl, I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, okay. I have a plan. I literally had to make an email being like, for this collab, I'm making this. It's on this lot. And these are the photos I'm using. Awesome. Because I was like, I don't, and due dates. I was like,
oh my god.
Like, what is this? Someone's like, just so you know, we have like 2 weeks left. I was like, what?
Oh, since when?
I haven't even started. I don't even know what I'm doing. But anyways, long story short, collabs are fine. Would you ever host a collab?
It is my plan to actually hopefully host one this year.
So that's exciting. Would it be a saved world or would it just be you do you and you figure it out?
I think I prefer a world, like picking one world, a few people to invite and going like, oh, just pick a lot, go wild, basically, within a certain theme.
I was gonna say, well, okay, this is hypothetical. This doesn't actually have to be what you so choose it to be, but what theme would you pick? What world would you pick? And who would be your dream collabers?
The world. I think I'm gonna do the fucking worst world of all. Delso Valley. Oh, because I fucking hate it.
Then why would you pick that one?
Because all the builds are so ugly. They need redoing.
I like that. Like redo because like that's based in Arizona, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. Okay. If you end up doing this and you pick it, just so if you pick me, if I want to do this, I'm going to build the best gas station.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like a classic rundown gas, because all this shit's in debugged. After scouring debugged for all these collabs, I'm like,
there's a lot.
There's a lot. Oh, so I would like did you, as I say, you didn't play The Sims 2 on PSP? No. So The Sims 2 PSP, it took place in Strangerville. It was run downtown. And like you could go to the gas station to get food and stuff, and I would try to recreate that build of just so cool, like a run down gas station. And because now I can have cars because it's all in fucking debugged. but okay, yes, okay. So we pick. But what's the theme? I just ruined the theme for you. Are you just redoing it, or are you making it go to like a theme?
I think redoing it would honestly be the best.
Okay.
I think that would be like. Because like we can do a certain theme. We could say like, oh, one part has to be like big regal houses because like Judith Ward's house, we can say, oh, we put the gas station there. Judith Ward now rehome herself into a gas station. She lives on the top floor. Yes.
Okay. So now we have where and what. Who would you invite?
honestly, I think I'd like it to be a free for all. I'd invite you, Juby. I think Sim Saga because she's an awesome
Yep.
person as well. Faye Moon Builds, get along
Yep.
with her really well. Another friend from Twitter,
Okay.
Emma Hicksnix. And I think the remainder would definitely be free for all.
Okay. Because how many lots are in that world?
12.
I like how you just know that. You were ready. You were ready for this. I didn't even tell you we were going to talk about this, but you were fucking ready, and I love that. Oh my god. There you go. You got 6. I think you should do it. I think we've talked about this podcast isn't coming out till July. You could do it between now and then. Who knows?
Oh my god. I definitely could.
We could literally by the time this podcast is coming out already be done.
That's nuts.
That is nuts. That is nuts. Well, I hope you do. Because I just told you what I'm doing. I'm gonna take the smallest lot because I am the queen of small lots. Besides the one that I'm doing, I picked a 50 by 50 lot, and I'm not regretting it because it's an outdoor lot. So it's going to be really based outdoors. So I'm gonna take a page out of Juby's playlist and just terrain the shit out of it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be all terrain. This much of it's gonna be the actual house, all terrain for everything else, but. No, I like everything, even the better together. I was a 20 by 50. And that was perfect.
Yeah, exactly why I picked apartment. I was like, small, contained.
Yeah, small, contained, easy, focused. Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing a 64 by 64.
Oh my god. I'd have a panic attack.
I would have like the nervous sweats. I'd have meat sweats without the meat kind of idea. Oh my god. Okay. So you have to do that. It's already done. Like again, I won't even do an asterisk because I'll have this edited before this comes out. And the comments will be like, well, you already did it. And we'll be like, we know.
Obviously.
Obviously. Okay. So I love that. I've hosted a couple collabs. They were not Save World. I would never do a Save World collab because I still don't understand how tray files work and grab them. I've never done a tray file. I just submit everything to the gallery and I'm like, it's there. It's there.
Oh yeah.
You do the work. I put it there for you.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
I've learned that like if you go to like change lost in the file and you put it up like the most recent ones, you can see at what time it was saved. So you can just pick all the ones at the time and just grab it.
Interesting. I might have to take that one day if I ever decide to do a tray file, which I probably wouldn't because any collab I would be no CC, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's a cast collab, which I have done. I didn't do any CC at the cast, but I'd just be like, here in the gallery, you do the work. I mean, technically I built it. Yeah, I just like this is it. This like for like Sophie Sims. I was like, here's Fred Stitch and Chips. Have fun.
Good job.
Yeah, good job. Yay! I did it. It took me 3 hours because I couldn't do any of the other fun stuff and it looks really bad, but yay! Yay! No, I love that. I do hope you do that. Now switching gears, let's talk about this season of the Builder Games. What's going on? I love it. It's an
awesome season.
I would definitely say it's a really awesome season. It is intense.
It is.
It is very, very, very intense. Who has surprised you so far and why?
Ooh, my biggest surprise. I'd have to say, like from the top of my head right now, Sims Right Meow.
Okay.
Like her library last week, like medieval driving one.
Stunning.
The portable one. Stunning. Like
stunning.
Could not have thought of it. And Pick a Peach.
Yes.
She also really surprised me.
I like that. And I think what I like is it really give the opportunity for anybody to build.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like, and I'm gonna say this and you guys can hate me if you want, but I kind of feel the building community is very tight knit. And anybody who's not in the tight knitness can kind of feel left out. I'm going to say that as nicely as possible. As somebody who puts their fingers in all the pots, it doesn't affect me as much because I can hang out with everybody because everybody, I'm biased. I interview people. I interview anybody, right? So I don't deem myself as a builder. I don't deem myself as cast. I don't deem myself as just a storyteller. I deem like I'm really a nobody. I'm just a no. I'm an entertainer entertaining you guys by interviewing people. But I've had people in the builders community feel kind of left out because they're not getting recognized.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm's not picking them up. We talked about that on the Simstagram podcast, which is now out, but not out with this is being filmed. That it's a tough day in the streets, especially if you put all of your heart, your soul into a build, and it gets like 3 likes, and then it's forgotten. Like it's literally forgotten the next day. Like it's gone, right? So it's upsetting. Has that ever happened to you? Have you put your heart and soul into a build and then nothing happens, and then you do a throwaway post of like, here's a wall, and it gets like 1 million likes?
I had this was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Okay.
I had like this build and was like, okay, it's decent, but the exterior isn't perfect. It got fucking shared by The Sims. I was like, what the fuck?
Are you serious? That's so funny.
Like I think it has like 850 likes, which is like a lot for my average 100.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, 854. I was like, since when?
Yeah.
Where did that one come from? Like they just shared it randomly. We're like, perfect.
I find that so fascinating. I find like this, like it's good that they grab stuff, but I kind of feel like The Sims always grabs the same people. Like anything Kate Emerald, she gets shown right away, or any of like the really big builders. I really kind of wish that they would show the smaller builders. I also really wish that EA would do what I'm doing, and highlight people. Like I created this platform so anybody can come on, any size of like scale that you are welcome to come here and talk about it. 1 million followers, 2 followers, I will treat you the same no matter what. And I really wish the EA would shine a light on them, because I just started a story spotlight interview series, a written interview series, because I thought that'd be really fun. Let's share some love for the storytellers out there that really don't get shown. Like builders and cast, they get shown. Storytellers get nothing.
Absolutely
nothing. You know what we get? Don't be a storyteller. Be a builder. Be cast, right? So there's so many storytellers out there. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this interview series. Actually, I had the idea while I was pooping. I have all of my best ideas while I was pooping, but that I was like saying, I'm like, I'm gonna go do an interview series. I'm like, I love my tummy feels better. and I'm gonna ask like 15, 20 people. Well, that turned into 40 people, which is now I have 100 simmers signed up now. People are asking me. Yeah. And I'm like, July 2024 for maybe, because it's also so beneficial that Instagram, you can now schedule posts in the app. That is new, and that is amazing. So like I have all these scheduled out for as far as I can go, because it's 90 days. And someone's like, do you think I can come in sooner? I'm like,
no.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have 57 interviews I still need to format. They're just sitting in my email inbox. And I'm just being like,
we ignore.
It's not ignore. It's just like there's no point to make them, because I have to wait until every Monday at 9 a.m. I can now schedule the next interview that's on draft in my phone. So I'm just like, it's fine. But it's been so cool and exciting. And I had 2 people email me today just saying, hey, like I saw your story spotlight. I would really love to be interviewed. And I was like, yeah, man. That's awesome. That's all we want, right? We want to get that recognition. So long story short, I like that about the builder games is you don't pick the best. Okay, let me scratch that. You don't pick the big builders. You pick everybody, and then they can grow and they can learn. Think about like your first build, Cozy Simmer. Is it amazing, or is it like, what the fuck is this? Right? But you've grown and you've learned. So my question to you is, what have you learned from the first build to your most recent build?
I think that's also the most important thing. It's like, as long as you can find your own style and what you are good at, you're gonna get there. Like, I know that I will never be building castles like Julie because I simply can't. But like, I'm totally fine in my small lane of just tiny suburban homes, and I live with that.
Girl, I got you. Do you know what my favorite thing to build is? Any guesses if I have to build?
Tiny.
Sure. Businesses. I love to build
Oh.
businesses. I am so good at building a business.
That's so cool.
Right? Because I think it's so cool. Like I like, again, gas station, business, restaurant, business, well, restaurant, but like the same kind of idea. Like I'm the worst person at building a home because it's the same fucking home. It's the same bed, especially if it's like a guest room. Get the fuck out of here. It's the same bed. It's the same end table. It's the same. I don't go crazy. Like I downloaded Fern Rose Chronicles. I needed a suburban house. I need 2 suburban houses. So I used Lava Cakes, which fucking love her. Stunning, amazing. And I used Cookie Creative. And I like sent a picture of Cookie. I'm like, look what I'm using. And she's like, that's such a blast from the past. I was like, this house is on their gallery for 5 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago. That's fucking stunning. It's stunning. It is better like than I could ever do today, kind of idea. And I'm like, girl, you are stunning. But I think that's like the best part of the galleries. If you're not a builder, it's there. Now, what have obviously you use the gallery. When you find people using your build, what is it like to be like, holy shit, like you're using my build?
I've never actually seen anyone use my build.
That will change. I need builds all the time. I don't have time to build anymore. I will use your build. I will use a tiny home. It's easy. I will. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. I'll tell you exactly how I'm going to use it. It'll be cute. So I will have already done this post before coming out. I'm doing so Rose Chronicles will be turning 2 this year, and every anniversary I share behind scene stuff. So like last year I have released the first ever chapter that I wrote 10 years ago, and to show how different the story has gone. And I did a bunch of like little behind the scenes stuff of like, this is like what I do. This year I'm going to do photos that happened in the past that you would have never seen. So I was looking for a tiny, like a smaller home for one of the characters.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect. So awesome. once I have that done, I will send it to you so you can no longer say that your builds, you'll never see one here, because you will absolutely see this. And it will be it will be the outside, it will be the shell, because they're taking a family photo. So basically it's going to be for Emily's parents and her as an infant, and they're standing outside their starter home is how I'm basically treating it. So I think that's perfect. So there you go. I will send that to you. So again, you can no longer say my builds are no longer, because it happened to me not that long, because I used to build all the time, and again, businesses, right? So I see my McDonald's all the time, but I see my hair salon now, because my hair salon is the most downloaded thing. I think it has like 10,000 downloads or something.
Oh my God.
On the gallery. It's like this one-off build I did, but it's old. It's like I made it like 2020. Okay. Like I haven't touched it since. And I don't even remember what I called it, but everyone's like, this is amazing. I love it. And I'm like, cool. So I looked at it. I was like, someone's photo was like, that's mine. How I know it's mine is because I had no fucking idea what placement was back then, because it's not placed correctly. I just kept it. I was like, cool. But there's not that many hair salons in the gallery. There's not too many like on-side businesses. So again, gas station. I'll be the best gas station in the gallery. And whatever build you will be the best. I'm using your confidence for Windy for 14. It will be the best. I will stop at nothing until it's the best. Okay. So talk to me, Cozy Simmer, about your building process. Do you how do you start? Like when you start your build, do you go to Pinterest? Is it in your brain? Is it in a TV show? Talk to me.
Before this, like, it used to be in my brain. I was like, perfect, awesome. I'm busy with one, which should be out like before the end of March, which I want to get done for my brain, but I had like a pretty long break, I think like 6, 7 months, and I was back and I was like, fuck, my brain doesn't do this anymore. It doesn't like it. So I've gone to Pinterest as well. I usually start with the shell. If I don't like it or I'm busy with wallpaper and it's like, I just abandon it. Like, you will not believe how many abandoned shells there are in my save file. Absolutely despicable. And after that, I usually like just go inside. And I have this issue where, like, after I've done one room, maybe 2 rooms, I'm just like, and I just quit out of the game. And I come back the next day and think, okay, now a new room. So my builds take like 3 weeks.
Hey, and that's okay. That's a good building process, because you have to love what you love. Because I mean, we've all done it. We've all spent either 7 hours or 780 hours on a build, and then we just delete it because they're like, we hate this. We like, oh, see, I'm gonna say something a little controversial. I think they should get rid of that button. I think you should have to be able to keep it, so you can go back and grow and learn from previous builds. Because like, there's no undo button in real life. We have to sit and we have to grow. Because I go back and look at old builds of mine and they're fucking horrendous. Again, I'm not saying, I would say I was like a negative 10 out of 10 before for builds. I'm like almost at a 0 out of 10 now for my skill. Like, it does help that my friends are builders and I can like stare at you guys being like, that's how they do that. That's how they do roofs. That was one of the first questions I ever asked Juby. I was like, how the fuck do you do roofs? And I couldn't even say, I still can't say it right. Roofs. Like, and she's like, it's just boxes and triangles. I'm like, no, sweetheart.
That's not how
it's not boxes and triangles. So I'm there and tell you, I've done
it's houses and roofs.
Yeah, it's how the fuck do you do roofs, right? But it's funny to now go back and look and be like, that's so bad. Like, it's so bad. So at the beginning of the pandemic, I really fell back in the Sims. I got my girlfriends to actually play The Sims. So we used to share my origins, and we used to have Sims challenges. So every week we would build something in The Sims. And I like, it was from like $1 million tiny home was one challenge. Your dream home. I remember my dream home. I thought it was like the coolest shit pop. It was fucking blue square boxes and a giant roof. Like, there was no dimension outside. And I thought this was the coolest shit ever. I also built a theme park one where there's like a multiple resorts. So it's like you would go, and this would be like your Disney World. So there was like a My Vegas little wedding chapel where you could stay in. And then I was obsessed with Westworld at the time. So I made a Westworld saloon. I made a Barbie dream house, and I made a small Hogwarts. I made Moe's Tavern. I made an all black and white bar. And then I made State and Main, which was mimicked after one of the first restaurants I ever worked at. And I thought that was the coolest shit ever. I'd be so embarrassed to show that on Simstagram now. I would never do it. I looked back and I was like, this is because again, placement. I had no idea how placement worked. You would have like this giant fucking room, and it'd have like a table in the center. Like, it was just like, it was massive. But growing back, I think what I'm trying to get at is the confidence. It's the confidence that you're putting yourself out there thinking like, okay, I can do this. Right. And it's just, okay, so maybe I look back at this build today and it's cringe as hell, but I was confident at that time. And 2 years from now, I could look back and be like, I remember I thought I was the queen shit. This is fucking cringe. This is cringe now. So I think that's the moral of the story, that I really do hope, I wish they would get rid of that. But so you get the inspiration from Pinterest, and you put it through, and it takes you a couple weeks. What build are you the most proud of, and why?
I think the Tudor home that I made like at the beginning of the year, because it was the first build that actually got me back into building. And I was like fearing it because like I hadn't posted anything for like 5 or 6 months. I was like, oh.
Well, talk to me about coming back, because people are so scared to take a break and come back. But everyone who's done it and has come back is actually generally happier after.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you should definitely do it. Like, I sometimes take just a few days off of Simstagram. Like I have them pre-planned till the end of March right now. I'm just like, I'm just gonna take a few days off and I'll be back. Like everything will just keep going.
Yes.
Like breaks are fucking important because like you'll burn yourself out on Sims content in no time otherwise. You'll just go fuck.
I could not agree more. I just did a podcast with the Mom Cave. We filmed it last month, and it was about being a content creator and like this day and age and how quickly you get burnt out. And that was the first time I was currently in that period. I was not in a good place. I was so burnt out. I was so fucking tired. I had a really shitty job. I no longer work at that job, which is really good. I'm planning a wedding. Thank you. I was planning a wedding. This wedding planning has started to pick back up at that point. Everyone was just wanting to push their interviews sooner to what they were coming out with. I was saying yes too much. And I literally felt like I could feel my eyeballs to my mouth. Like I was so, I wasn't sleeping because I was just so fucking petrified of, you know, like missing Sims deadlines and just not being relevant, because that's a thing, right? And like some of the podcasts weren't getting as much listens, or some were getting more listens than what I was expecting. Rose Chronicles wasn't getting as many followers. I was like, what the followers, readers? I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, and at the point you're just kind of like, well, why am I doing this if I'm not doing it for myself? Which, I mean, you still have to do it if you're doing it for yourself, but it's good to take that break. It's good to say, you know what, I need a minute, because like this podcast, it's starting to wrap up the season. And it's so cool. Like I've been doing interviews every month since last August, multiple weekends every month.
That's intense.
It is intense. And I'm just so excited to now look at being, I only have maybe 20 interviews left, maybe 20 to 22 podcasts I have left to film, including this one. That's fucking awesome. Because at this point in the season, I've already filmed 45. I've already done 45, and that's released. That's not still coming. It's a lot.
God, yeah.
Yeah, right? So it's good at like, and then that's what I'm so excited, because then I'll be done for podcasts for the rest of the year. They'll still schedule come out. Don't worry, guys. You'll still have podcasts every week until October, November, sometime in there. But at the same time, like this is weekend. This is my weekend time, right? So anyways, long story short, take that break. When you, especially when you start to see red. And when you're just like, why the fuck am I doing this? And also, final point, do not make hardcore life decisions when you see red. Do not make hardcore life decisions when you're feeling that way, because you're not thinking straight. You're just like, I want to go to bed. I have to take something off my plate. So
exactly.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Cozy Simmer, I got a couple more questions for you, and then I'm gonna let you go. Because it's what, was it 7 p.m. there?
Because
I know the last time it ended, it was like midnight for you. I was like, girl, I would have been in bed. I wouldn't give a fuck who I am. I would sleep by 10 p.m. If I'm gonna sleep by 10 p.m. today, I'm gonna be mad. Well, anyway, okay. So talk to me about what advice would you give to anybody wanting to starting off building?
Like definitely just start. I'd say do check out people's build for inspiration, like see how they do things and think, oh, I can use this, but definitely try to find your own style in it. Like everybody in the whole community has their own style. Like they may look similar, definitely, but everybody creates their own style, and I'd definitely implore everyone to like find their own style, what they enjoy, what they find pretty, and items they like using, because like you'll always have a few items that you will continue to use, come back to. And of course, like step out of that comfort zone every once in a while, but don't feel like I have to go big, or I have to go just like this person or like that person. Just do what you enjoy. That's it.
That is such amazing advice. I could not agree more. Just be yourself and do what you want to do, and don't let anybody else stop you. Now, this is the last question. This is about the builder games. I have to ask this because I get this question DM'd to me all the time. Now that I'm a judge, I've been a judge for every season and every season moving forward, which I'm very excited for, because again, I like to support the community in any way I can. A question I get the most, and I know we've talked about it on our Builder Game podcast, but I have to do my due diligence, is a lot of people want to join the Builders games, but they don't know how. And they ask me thinking I'm the gateway drug that's going to get them in, and I am not the gateway drug. I am just a judge. So I want to hear it from the host. How do you get into the Builders games?
Well, this season at least, we've decided upon 2 separate types of entering. So people can all enter in via one form, and
Okay.
we pick no more than like, this time it was 10 people, that we're trying to keep it as like people who we pick based on what they write in their application. So like, we don't look at your username, we don't look at what kind of numbers you have. We check out if you have like the time, because you have to answer that, because we have had people who said, no, I don't have the time. Well, then we can't actually like put you in our Builder games, because you will have to drop out, and that would suck for someone who would be able to do it. But we look at your application, so I definitely brought you to like write why you would like to play in the Builder games. We mix and match the ones that Juby picks, that I pick, and we just don't go over 10, and the remainder is randomized. So we don't decide, basically, for most of the people who are coming into the game. We don't decide. Like, if you write a good letter, yeah, you have a bigger chance, but if you don't, you still have a good chance.
I'm glad. Listen, that's good at like, if you want to be part of the Builders games, I love you so much, but I have zero say in what happens. Please fill out the application. If you have any questions, Cozy Simmer, Juby Sims, they're gonna help you. Stassi's just gonna vote for you. Okay. That's all I'm gonna do. But I get that question all the time. Of just like, how do I do this? Or like, they didn't pick me. Do you know why? I don't know why. I have no idea. From what I gathered, it was all randomized, but as we know, there will be more seasons of the Builder games, so there's always more opportunity. It's just more of, I can't help you right now, but keep applying. Keep applying,
exactly.
And you'll get in. You'll get in eventually. Well, Cozy Simmer, absolute pleasure getting to sit down and talk to you on a one-on-one today. Why don't you tell us where we can find your work?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, both under cozy_simmer. On YouTube as Cozy Space Simmer, but I only live stream on there. Twitch, I've tried. I don't get it. I stay on YouTube.
Girl, I got you. I did a roundtable where we walked step by step on how to Twitch stream, and I still don't know how to do it. I love Kev and I love Joanna so much, Joanna. I love you guys. Thank you for taking the time, but it's not for me. But hopefully someone who listens to that podcast will be able to figure it out. But I love that. And like you said, host of the Builder games as well. Well, Cozy Simmer, it has been an absolute pleasure. You are welcome back anytime. I know you will be back in the foreseeable future for Builder game updates. And I'm very excited to see how the rest of the season unfolds. I have no idea who's going to win. I have like zero idea.
Nope. I don't know. There are so many talented people this season yet again.
Like every season, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm curious to see, like, I'll think like, oh, this person is going to win, and they don't. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. Anyways, Cozy Simmer, absolute pleasure. Please go check out my girl. Links are going to be below. Again, absolute pleasure. Love you so much. If you do that collab, you know who's going to be part of it. Anyways,
definitely.
Have a great rest of your day, okay?
Yes, same to you.
Bye.
Bye.